Alrighty, so we are back and we have some new information regarding the sort of Tanabata campaign, the replacement for Tanabata, and I want to just go over some predictions for that today. Now, when you see this thumbnail, I want you guys to keep in mind that I had my guy make this ahead of time, being like, hey, this is what I want in the thumbnail, based on one thing that they provided earlier for us on the Global Dokkan Twitter. And that is this right here. Well, not even this right here, but more specifically, I guess it is this tweet right here, right? I think the JP Dokkan version has this as well. I don't want to watch that. So this right here is the new campaign that we are going to be getting, which is called the Transcendent Dokkan campaign, aka Tanabata. We're going to call it Tanabata for the sake of this video because it's more recognizable. And, it's just probably better that way that we do it this way. So originally, I was going to hop on here and talk about what I thought the celebration was going to be, and that was going to be based on the green lettering here, as well as the orange and sort of purple lettering over here. And we'll talk about that because nothing is set in stone yet, but about 45 minutes ago, Dokkan decided to drop a teaser for us. You guys can see a very early teaser in the morning here, or a very late teaser, 6 o'clock in the morning. Eastern time is a very, very early time for a teaser, and this is what they gave us. They gave us what appears to be a gold medal and a background of space. So, to the horror of a lot of people, I think this does indicate something. And I don't know if it's just like my friends or something, but my friends, and this isn't to say anything really wrong with them or anything, but they hate this saga, and that is the Tournament of Power. So it looks like it's not a guarantee that this is indicating that we are going back to the Tournament of Power for the Transcendent Dokkan campaign, aka Tanabata. Now, what is the indicator here? Again, this is very similar to what the Tournament of Power stage was. I'm sure if we go into the replies, yeah, Toon is coping here. Yeah, okay. The replies aren't being very helpful here. Where is I'm looking for a picture in the replies. Yeah, not even this. The clock, cope. Where is that picture? I saw it. Now we're just having fun right here. This is what I was looking for, right? Very similar with the space background. I'm sorry. I'm laughing at the picture. You guys can see the background here is very similar to the circular shape of our little teaser here, right? And that is what we're looking at here, right? And I think that does indicate something. And again, not only is this the shape of it, it is a gold medal. So when we think about this, the Tournament of Power had an objective winner. The last man standing was the winner. And I'm sure a lot of you guys know at this point, Android 17 was our winner. So for reference, I'll pull this character up. I think, in my opinion, what this is likely going to mean is a 17 and Frieza sort of tag character, because when Goku was sort of out of commission after he went Ultra Instinct for the last time during the Tournament of Power, he mastered it, quote unquote, did the Kamehameha, had Jiren, and then lost his power. 17 and company came to the rescue, aka 17 and Frieza, and we have a version of this LR in the game as is, but I don't think this would be, it would be sort of like this, but it would be a counter, that's the link tool, but you guys get the idea here, where if I click on this, where are you at? If we click on you right here, can I just go to this character? There we go. So I think that I could definitely see it being like a tag version of this guy along with this guy right here. I just think that makes a lot of sense with what they're trying to go for, with especially with reverse exchange. They've been loving doing that mechanic. We saw two of those during GDC. We saw 2 of those during the anniversary. We saw another one during Tanabata with Kale and Caulifla. So we have been getting frequent updates for the Tournament of Power in 2025 with Evolution Blue Vegeta, with Kale and Caulifla. I'm sure I'm missing one off the top of my head, but that is sort of where we are at. So if we were to go to, is there any way to filter this here? If we were to, I'm like okay with this website, but not really. The wiki, I know, yeah, a random character, cool. I think if we were to go to the database, this might work for us. If we were to go to cards and we go to categories, here we go. So if we go to the Tournament of Power, during this year, since New Year's, basically, Evolution Blue Vegeta, Goku and Frieza, God Goku and Hit, Kale Caulifla, and then another Kale Caulifla. So in theory, what we would get is a 17 and Frieza reverse exchange. Maybe they have like a Goku part of an active skill where you win the Tournament of Power and then it's just 17. Maybe it's a 17 and Frieza that revive into a 17. It could be anything. And again, this may not even be a 1000% confirmation, but this does seem to indicate that that is where it is going. So this is sort of the section dedicated to the teaser that they just dropped. But now I sort of want to talk about the other things that I mentioned earlier with some potential other choices here with this logo. Again, like where there's smoke, there's fire at times. And again, right here, maybe what this is Goku is part of the orange right here. And then Frieza is part of the purple. And then 17. Is there any way I could pull this up here? If we were to go to 17's, how would I do this? If we go to 17, it's his, is it his active skill? Does he do green in the active skill? No, because this is like the group attack. What about this one? Will this do it for us? I'm looking for like the super attacks that 17 does. Because if you guys remember, they are very like his electric strike and things like that are very green based. And this is a really good animation here that the game is playing. Is this just not going to work? No, I guess not. So this is okay. Yeah. So this is kind of what I'm looking for, right? This green asset right here being like a lot of the vibe that he does. The super electric strike is green. If y'all have played Xenoverse, that's a good frame of reference for that. And I think that may be why this is green now. And then Goku does show up in flashes. And then you have the Goku, Frieza, and then again, the MVP of the Tournament of Power. The winner is going to be 17. So I think that does make sense. I don't really know if that's the fan favorite pick here, especially when we're going to get into some other options that we've talked about in the past here, and that we're thinking before I even uploaded this video. But let's go ahead and move on to the other possibility that I think is possible here, and that is going to be I'm all over the place with these websites, right? There's so many good Dokkan websites. If we go to categories and then we go over here, we can go to superheroes, and then that will kind of get us to the next point that I want to talk about, which is going to be revolving around Beast Gohan and Orange Piccolo. I think that it is definitely possible that we see like a tag version of them or reverse exchange version in this game right now with maybe some unique animations. Again, this does indicate I definitely think there's some possibility here with a lot of green for Piccolo. Piccolo does a lot of the fighting in the final fight where Beast Gohan obviously delivers the finishing blow with the Makanko Sapo, but like, Orange Piccolo fights Cell Max. He goes into giant form. He sparks the Beast Gohan transformation, obviously losing to Cell Max in that moment. So I think that like you could make that argument. And then Orange, I don't really know where the orange would come from in terms of Gohan, because obviously he's not rocking the orange gi in that fight. He's in his usual, purple outfit that he's typically tends to wear, and I don't really know if that would make too much sense with that one. Maybe it has to do with like the Part 2 LR. It's kind of tough to say. So I think the more that I like look into it, I like the theory a lot more that this is 17, this is Frieza, and this is Goku. I think I like that one a lot better. But we could also consider this another way, and that is the Namek saga. With the Namek saga, it's pretty simple. Again, we're grasping at straws here. There's only so much that we have. We have the green that represents Planet Namek, 2 purple that represents Frieza, and then 2 orange, which represents Goku. So I'm sure you guys understand that. That's not anything new to y'all. And I think that like a Goku versus Frieza update from the Namek saga is definitely due. If we look at this here, we have all of these fun easy A's for these characters. These 2 recently got their updates, but I really think we could use like a 2025 unique animation treatment for these characters because they are some fan favorites and they are obviously iconic to Dragon Ball. And I really think that we could potentially use them. I would much prefer the Namek saga to the Tournament of Power in this case, but it's definitely like a possibility. But if we are going to go back to the Tournament of Power, it is a bit tough to say because, again, if we look right here, this, I think, is indicative of Planet Namek, and Goku versus Frieza would make sense. The problem with this one specifically is I don't know where the easy A's are coming from that are correlating to the Namek saga. Maybe like this guy gets one, but he's just a sub easy A. The major easy A's for Namek are here, right? It's too early for Captain Ginyu, and every other like major Dokkan Festival exclusive / Legendary Summon LR / Dokkan Festival exclusive LR has gotten their easy A overall for the sort of the Namek saga at this point. Ginyu got his dirty fireworks. Vegeta, it is way too soon. This Tech Piccolo, maybe like he would get his EZA in theory if we were to go to Namek, and that would just sort of be that. But last but not least, y'all saw him in the replies. I bet I don't have to go very far. Hopefully we don't see what we did see, right? This is, to me, I'm always going to say that Super Saiyan 4 Goku from Daima is the betting favorite until he's not. And in this case, I think this is the situation where it's like I would have said Super Saiyan 4 Goku and hinted a lot at it during the video originally before we had seen the sort of change of plans here with the Tournament of Power. So who knows what they're going to do? Hopefully Ultra Instinct Goku is part of it if they're going to go that route, because obviously we do not want to see a case of just like 17 headlining a celebration. That is definitely like coming off the heels of what GDC brought to the table, what we don't want to see, but we shall see, right? Time will tell. The stream will be, they have it on here, it's going to be in 4 days at 6 in the morning my time. So that's always fun. I got class that day too, so it's going to be like I got to stream and then I got to go to class. So that's going to be fun. Welcome back to school, right? But that's all I got for you in this one. Let me know down below what you guys think of the sudden development for GDC and all of that, or not GDC. I'm so used to saying GDC. We are entering TDC, but we're going to call this Tanabata down below. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Stay tuned later today for an updated teams or a team guide to use for the World Tournament and all of that fun stuff down below. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you did enjoy it. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you all in the next one.